And welcome back to the Football Zone and to another weekend review. And what an exciting game we're starting off with. Brighton 0, Burnley 0 on Friday night on pay-per-view. Some people paid £15 for this. Glad to say I didn't. Saw the highlights, really poor game. Nothing in it, typical Burnley performance. I think they'll probably be the happier of the two teams taking a point from here. Brighton will probably see it as a missed opportunity. Mary's it finished Southampton 2, Newcastle 0, Che Adams in the 7th minute and Stuart Armstrong in the 82nd minute, sealing a fairly comfortable win for Southampton. They were by far the better side, and for a small time they were actually top of the league. Couldn't believe that. Newcastle in 13th, they were really poor and really didn't deserve anything, but it's all about Southampton. They just look so good at the moment, and to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they stay up there. Goodison Park, it finished Everton 1, Manchester United 3. Bernard put Everton 1-0 up in the 19th minute before a brace from Bruno Fernandes and Edinson Cavani getting his first Manchester United goal sealed a win for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men. And it's typical Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whenever he needs a result to save his job, he'll pull one out of nowhere. And what a great result for them, and really hope this could be the start of their turnaround. As for Everton, really disappointing display after going in front and really seem to be dropping away after such a good start. Finished Crystal Palace 4, Leeds 1 at Selhurst Park. Patrick Bamford with the only goal for the visitors, although he did have one ridiculously ruled out. Scott Dan, Eberechi getting his first goal, Helder Costa with an own goal, and Jordan Ayew sealed a comfortable win for Crystal Palace, and they just look the better side here. Leeds did get slightly unlucky, but I do still think Palace were the better side, and maybe there is a bit of cause concern for the Leeds. They do seem to be found out a bit recently, so let's hope it all changes after the international break for them. It finished Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 1 at Stamford Bridge. David McGoldrick put the visitors ahead in the 9th minute before Tammy Abraham, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, what signing he's been, and Timo Werner completed the rout, and Chelsea just looked so good here, scoring goals for fun, got their defence sorted as well. They could be real prospects this season. As for Sheffield United, just really poor for them, and they do look like they're in a state at the moment. London Stadium, it finished West Ham 1, Fulham 0, really dull game. West Ham were poor, but somehow they managed to get a goal through Thomas Souček, and then you thought it was over, but no. Adamola Lookman with the worst penalty I've ever seen. 98th minute, Panaked it into the goalkeeper. What on earth was he thinking? And what on earth was Scott Parker thinking when you have Mitrovic and Kearney on the pitch? And after such a great result on Monday, you really do question what this will do for Fulham. Just disastrous. Moving on to Sunday's game now, it finished West Brom 0, Tottenham 1. Harry Kane, 88th minute, when you need him to score, he delivers, and sealed a result for Tottenham. What was a really poor display, but they're up into second now. What a great start for them, and a win's all that mattered. As for West Brom, especially after being so disappointing on Monday, you really thought this was going to be a great point to them, but it just wasn't to be. At the King Power, it finished Leicester 1, Wolves 0. Jamie Vardy with a penalty in the 15th minute sealed the win for Leicester. Fairly even game. Vardy actually missed another penalty, but in the end it didn't matter, and it takes Leicester to the top of the table. They've had another flying start just like last year. Be interesting to see if they falter away at the end like they did last year. As for Wolves, a bit disappointing. I think they need a break just to regroup. The Etihad, it finished Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Mohamed Salah put Liverpool 1-0 up after a fast start in the 13th minute from the spot before Gabriel Jesus equalised, and Kevin De Bruyne missed a penalty right on the stroke at half-time, which would have given Man City a crucial 3 points, but at the end both teams just sitting back desperate not to lose it. And I definitely think Jurgen Klopp will be the happier of the two manager, and they still hold 2 points lead over Man City even with their game in hand. So yeah, Liverpool will be very happy. Finished Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 3 at the Emirates, and this was a shocking display from Arsenal really. Bakayoko Saka with an own goal in the 25th minute, and then a brace from Ollie Watkins sealed a really comfortable win for Villa, and I've been feeling a bit worried for them recently and seems to be dropping away, but if they perform like this then there's no need to be worried. Just saying that though, Arsenal was shocking. and I do think they need this break. Finished Cardiff 0, Bristol City 1 at Cardiff on Friday night. Really poor display by Bristol City. Look at this, 17 shots to 4 in Cardiff's favour. But goals is the only statistic that mattered, and they got the one and only goal coming from Chris Martin in the 2nd minute. And 2 wins on the trot. They had a bit of a dip, but they're back up to 5th now, and they can really carry some good momentum going into the break. Finished Reading 0, Stoke 3 at the Madejski on Saturday lunchtime. Reading were really poor, to be honest. We expected more. They started the game off fine before Tyrese Campbell scored in the 23rd minute for a defensive error. Stephen Fletcher doubled their advantage, and a defensive error allowed Jacob Brown in the 95th minute to get another goal for Stoke and seal the game. As one of the Reading players hit the post. To be honest, I hope he's alright because it looked an awful collision, but Reading really need to bounce back after the international break, because I do fear it's starting to go downwards for them. Finished Birmingham 1, Bournemouth 3 at St Andrews. Danjama in the 9th minute, David Brooks brace in 42 in the 50th minute, and Scott Hogan with the goals. Bournemouth just by far the better side. Birmingham really poor, much like midweek against Wycombe, after showing promise with 2 defeats, 2 wins on the trot last week, but they're just inconsistent again. And yeah, let's just hope they can pick up after the break. Blackburn 3, QPR 1 at Ewood Park. Ben Brereton opened the scoring in the 50th minute before QPR equalised through Lyndon Dykes from the spot. But goals from Adam Armstrong in the 73rd and 96th minute sealed a comfortable win in the end for Blackburn. They've been on a bit of a dodgy run, up to 12th now, so hopefully they can push on and mount the playoff push. As for QPR, just inconsistent once again, win one, lose one, it seems to be the pattern with them. Finished Brentford 0, Middlesbrough 0 at Brentford's new grounds, and to be honest, no side even really looked like scoring. Very quiet game. Neil Warnock doing what he does best, picking out points. And I saw an incredible stat the other day. Middlesbrough conceded just 1 shot on target against Brentford, Reading and Blackburn, the 3 league's top scorers, and it's just Neil Warnock, specialist. It really wouldn't surprise me to see them up there. Just an outstanding manager. Brentford, I think they'll be disappointed, but they still seem to be on the up. And oh dear, Derby 0, Barnsley 2. Connor Chaplin in the 30th minute throwing a horrible kick mistake from David Marshall, and they sealed it in the 83rd minute. And this really was shocking from Derby, behind Sheffield Wednesday, behind Wycombe. Just an embarrassing start, really. And I think Philip Cocu will be out of a job in the very near future. Probably this is the perfect time in the international break. And to be honest, I think Wayne Rooney will be in charge. As for Barnsley, what a result. And they just seem to be keeping moving forward under the new manager. Finished Huddersfield 1, Luton 1 at Huddersfield. George Moncur opening and scoring in the 21st minute with a lovely strike before Carroll Lighting in the second half equalised. And I have to say, what a talent he looks. He looks great signing for Huddersfield on loan from Ajax. But yeah, I think a point was probably right. Huddersfield, if anything, were pushing for the win, but I think a draw was probably the fair result. And I think both teams will be happy with their league positions going into the break, 10th and 13th. At Carrow Road it finished Norwich 1, Swansea 0. I actually watched this game. Norwich were running riot in the first few minutes, having about 10 shots in the first 20 minutes. Swansea then slightly got on top. It then went to a bit of a ball fest before Marco Stiepermann found the net for Norwich in the 85th minute to seal a crucial 3 points and to take them up to 3rd, and Swansea down to 6th, just 1 point behind Reading now. Norwich and Swansea had won, they would have gone top, which would have been incredible for them, but it just wasn't to be. But they're still in a good place, and I think they'll come back well after the break. At the City Ground it finished Nottingham Forest 2, Wycombe 0. Lyle Taylor was a brace, and it does look like Forest are really getting back to their best. Controlled the most part of the game before Wycombe made a double substitution and brought Gareth McCleary and Akinfenwa on, and I definitely thought Wycombe looked a bit more effective after that, but it just wasn't to be for them, and Forest looked to be on the rise under Chris Hughton, now moving up to the table, up to 20th now, and I think they'll keep on pushing up to a solid mid-table position. Wycombe, they'll be disappointed, but still been a great run for them, and I'm sure they're confident they can get some more results after the break. New York York Stadium, it finished Rotherham 2, Preston 1. Richard Wood in the 53rd minute for Rotherham before Ryan Nedson equalised in the 80th minute, but surprisingly Matt Crooks dropped up in the 86th minute and secured the winner for Rotherham. And I was really surprised at that. Preston had such a great win in the week at Reading, and then Rotherham go and beat their away record of being the only team with a 100% record, which really shocked me. But what a result for Rotherham. They just need to get the consistency. They seem to win one, lose one. Preston will be disappointed to end their run. Finished Sheffield Wednesday 0, Millwall 0 at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday played really well here, and I think they were probably the team who were most unhappy. Millwall didn't have a shot on target all game. I wasn't too impressed with them. They're down to ninth now following a promising start. Sheffield Wednesday up into 23rd. They'll just be happy to be off the bottom, really. But a good week for them picking up 4 points. I think Millwall probably do need to step it up a bit more if they want to stay in and around where they are. Crazy game at Vicarage Road where it finished Watford 3, Coventry 2. Andre Gray gave Watford the lead in the 53rd minute before Gustavo Hamer. What a header from him. Wow, I've never seen a header quite like that. Scored, and Coventry went 2-1 up a minute later through Tyler Walker, and then 2 minutes later Watford equalised, crazy few minutes, through Ekong, and Ismail Assar scored a penalty to give Watford a somewhat lucky win. Not being too impressed with them, but wins a win and they're up to second. Coventry down to 21st, just need to get that consistency really. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.